What is going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo, and welcome to the wonderful world of Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. I have not been in this lovely land for quite some time, but I'm happy that we're back, and with very good reason. The reason we are back right now in Garden Warfare is because I went to Popcap. Yes, that is true. In Seattle, I went to their studios and saw all of the glory that they house within a beautiful building in the downtown area of Seattle. It's a freaking incredible office. And right off the bat, I can't give away any of the secret stuff that I went there for. I can only talk about what I know and what is already made public, so we'll get that out of the way right off the bat, which is that they are making a new Plants vs. Zombies game that EA has revealed will be coming out in Q1 of 2016. That was in their investor call. That's public knowledge. Everybody knows that. Other than that, my lips are kind of sealed, but I wanted to just tell you like how the studio is and how absolutely epic and fun of a place it must be to work, and just how great all the people were there. To me, to everyone that was visiting, and just seemed like total class acts all around. I visited a lot of game studios, and I think that Popcap is probably my favorite that I've been to, for the sheer fact that it just is brimming with color and passion. You know, you get a real sense that these guys absolutely love what they're doing, they absolutely love the properties they're working on, and they absolutely are full of ideas for how to make them better and better and better. Now, this building is multi-story. I think it's a 7, maybe more story building, but the highest floor I went to was the 7th floor. And Popcap Studios exist on multiple different floors of this building. They've got different departments sprinkled throughout the floors. They've got sort of their main reception area, they've got like their more development area, they've got more of their product area where we saw like all sorts of cool Plants vs. Zombies toys, even some stuff like from China that I've never seen before, or different things that are, you know, like off-market knockoff Plants vs. Zombies toys. Some pretty incredible stuff, by the way. Like, PvZ fans are a pretty awesome breed of people. But the whole place just has like all sorts of cool artwork all over. And remember, this is Popcap, so they also do Peggle, they also do Bejeweled, they also do a lot of other stuff. So it's not just Plants and Zombies everywhere. In fact, in their main lobby, they have a gigantic TV screen that has it's a touch screen that has Bejeweled on it, and you can play like 4 players Bejeweled and go for a high score. And apparently it requires immense concentration and cooperation if you're going to get 4 people all on the screen doing their job to set a high score. But still, like, just a very cool concept. The doors, the glass is even embossed, different characters, just like, it just screams like fun. And some other floors, you know, house different developmental projects in terms of games that they're working on, mobile stuff, console, you know, type stuff, you know, future projects, maybe things that will never see the light of day, some very interesting things that I can't talk about. And they also have their studio where Popcap does their live shows, and you've probably seen the Plants vs. Zombies live streams, which is a really cool building. They spent a lot of time and energy and money making that room like feel very awesome, and I can promise you it does feel pretty darn awesome. Like, they built their own set, it looks good, it feels good, and it just, like, I don't know, like, I want a room like that in my house that's that well set up and that well laid out for streams and for stuff like that. Like, man, I think I do a decent job of setting my stuff up, like, with tables and shelves, but they've got the whole, like, kit and caboodle there for sure, which is very cool. I'm dying a lot here, but I haven't played this game in a while, so forgive me, because I just try to go for maximum kills. One thing that I can sort of, I guess this isn't really like a secret or anything, but they had these maps laid out for Plants vs. Zombies 2, and this stood out to me because they mapped out different levels where they were, like, you know, showing how, like, balance works out and different things, and you could see just like the different printouts of the way that the maps would look and all the different characters, and this is for Lost Cities, which is the upcoming expansion for PvZ 2, which is just very cool. I almost got like an animation studio feel from some of the stuff there. Like, I've read a lot about and looked at a lot of stuff, you know, around Pixar and Disney, because that was a major interest of mine before I sort of fell into the world of video games. And like, some of the stuff just very much reminded me of that. I don't know if it was a vibe thing or sort of a storyboard type thing, but just a commitment to the way that stuff runs. So, like, they're very concerned and committed with making sure PvZ feels like PvZ and is true to the PvZ brand, and always maintains the qualities that make PvZ such an awesome game and such an awesome universe to play in and to be a part of, which is great to see. Like, you know that they're genuinely committed to creating games that naturally feel like a good fit, rather than like, how can we shoehorn, you know, a basketball game into the Plants vs. Zombies franchise? How can we shoehorn a shooter? And like, Garden Warfare is clearly a labor of love, not a labor of necessity. And I heard some stories about how things, you know, go and how things work there. And it was pretty cool to find out that they're actually really darn committed to that, and like on a genuine level. Now, on the floor where I spent most of my time was one of their big meeting rooms, and something super cool there was they had a mini arcade setup of different games. So there was like a couple pinball machines, there was a skee-ball machine, but most interesting of all, there were 3 PVZ machines, or 2 PVZ machines that were pretty epic and I've never seen. So the first one was a PVZ whack-a-mole game that I thought was just very, very clever, and it was zombies popping out, and you had to whack them for a high score, and people were kind of obsessed with trying to break, I think 76 or something was the highest score there. And then the other one was another machine I've never seen, and it was a like a shooting game, right? Like where you'd sit down on a stool and you would use a pea shooter head as the controller, like a legit built-out pea shooter head. And you would fight against wave of zombies, and there was force feedback and everything, so as you're like popping the triggers, shooting the peas, you feel a little force feedback, and like it was just very cool. The graphics were good, it was this whole little setup and machine, and just like a really nifty thing. I don't know if that's actually an arcade somewhere, possibly, probably, maybe, but it looks pretty darn cool. And I thought it was quite epic. My brother Jake was there with me, and he had a blast with both of those games, kind of at a scary level because he was really, really into them. We're going to run to one more round, and I'll continue my tales. Almost ready to buy another sticker pack. Still digging this game. See you guys in the next round. And we are back, plumbing our way through this portside city, going to cover some plants in our icky, sticky plumber goo. They also do all of the sound, I believe all the sound for PvZ and whatnot in-house. So all the iconic sounds that you hear in terms of the zombies and the plants, even simple stuff like the pea shooter, pea popping noise, like that's done there. And it was cool to see like that they, you know, are making that all in their studios right there on one of the floors. And they also just like, you know, some pretty simple but cool stuff, walls of whiteboards, but all in all, like, it just seemed like a really fun place to work. I think it's a studio that, you know, besides being in a gorgeous location where they had epic views of the Space Needle and greater Seattle, like, the people, like I said, the commitment to excellence, and they talked about that as well. Like, they're very committed to making sure that their games are really good. They don't want to just pop out stuff that isn't very good, and I really respect that. I think that's something that far too few game devs are concerned about. You know, like, brand integrity is something super, super important to me, and I think important to a lot of people. And, you know, you see a lot of franchises and companies kind of lose sight of that along the way, especially as their games become more and more popular. So while I can't tell you anything about the new project, I can tell you that they are very focused and committed to delivering something great, and I think that you guys will be very excited come this E3 to see what is going on. And I really want to tell you more, and I'll probably be allowed to at some point. But for now, all I'll say is you definitely want to tune in at E3. I think you will be very pleasantly surprised, and I think you're going to go bananas, and pretty soon we will have some serious stuff to talk about, which means kind of the reintroduction of Plants vs. Zombies. I hope you guys are excited for that and want to see that. Definitely let me know by hitting the thumbs up button in the comments. This has been one of my favorite all-time series I've ever done on the channel. It's been one of the most highly viewed and highly rated series, and it's formed one of the best communities. And that's something we talked about when I was up at Popcap as well, is like how great it is. That was a nice double kill. How great it is that the community for PvZ is so friendly for the most part. Like, most shooters, you get like a toxic, dastardly community, and PvZ just doesn't seem to have that at all, and I love that. I love that I can play this game and not do the absolute best in the world. I'm like, I still, you know, people still watch and still enjoy and aren't freaking out and losing their minds and getting angry and being jerks to each other. Like, I think that's a special quality of the game, that it just encourages happiness and evokes a fun, team-spirited attitude. And, like, just hats off to that entire studio and team. I'm so grateful that they invited me out there. I'm so grateful I got to go. It was super fun. I even got to wear a freaking pea shooter head. If you haven't seen the picture on Instagram, you should probably go check that out. They had a mushroom head, a zombie head, a pea shooter head. We took some fun pictures. And just a lot of cool artwork all over the walls. Like, I posted another one on Instagram of a zombie DJ. Just some unique pieces. I just think that entire universe again, like the Disney Pixar thing rings very true because it's iconic and clever while still being cool. Like, it doesn't just seem like a total, like, kid fest, snooze fest. Like, it manages to maintain a cool vibe while also being, like, fun. And I don't know. I really, really love that. So back to the game at hand here. Let's see if we can bring our freaking zombies back into the good graces. We're getting blasted by a flower. Do not like you, Mr. Electric Flower, sunbeaming me straight to the grave. Even though I've already been there. I'm going to rock my diamond beard till the end of this episode. We'll stick as the plumber. Let me know. I also wanted to tell you guys about something kind of secret, but I figured I would let it out on this video, because, like, why the heck not? And this is not, like, 100%. I don't know if I should even say it, so don't, you know, just take it with a grain of sod. But I'm probably starting a new channel, and I think that Plants vs. Zombies will probably find a home there. It's going to be a channel that focuses on more of the fun stuff that I like to play, and sometimes doesn't really mesh with all the AAA, like, M-rated stuff that I play. So I hope that when that is revealed, and I hope that you guys will definitely go subscribe over there and be excited about that, because it should be a very, very fun time, and I think you'll really, really, really enjoy that, especially if you're a fan of PvZ and kind of what I'm bringing to the table there, and what videos are going to be moving over there, and how they're going to be refocused, and what kind of attention they're going to get. I don't know. I think you'll probably want to check that out, and the plan is to launch that sometime this month. So I'm very busy right now. I'm very excited, and I'm very hyped for the future of Plants vs. Zombies. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I could probably go into more detail about the studios, but I wanted to give you guys just an overall feel and view, and since I don't have, like, a slideshow or anything, I thought maybe some quick descriptions and some highlights would be fun for you guys. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know if you want more PvZ action. Hopefully I'll see you guys on this channel and that other secret one soon. We grabbed 12 vanquishes, top of the leaderboard. Until next time, guys and girls, you are at the top of my favorites here on YouTube. Thanks again. Drink some hot chocolate, and we will see you all later.